So you're going to start training on the gymnastics rings. So I thought I'd do just a little recap of the basics and most important things you need to know to keep safe and to feel confident on the rings. So first of all, you want to attach them to something that is secure. So in your house, that might be maybe a beam. I, in lockdown, actually just used one of those pull-up bars that you hang over the door, but it was secure. And then on that, I would hang the rings. So it could be as simple as that. It was literally like one you just clip over. It wasn't permanently fixed, but that worked. But yeah, find something secure, whether if you're in the gym, it might be the pull-up bar in the gym to attach your rings to. Make sure you've attached the clip correctly. There'll be an arrow on it and you need to feed the strap through in the direction of the arrow so that when you pull the rings, they're not getting any lower. They should not be slipping down as you use them. Make sure they're the right height for the exercise because, for example, ring rows, they're going to be maybe this height, but then dips, you might want them higher. So make sure they're the right height for your exercise. Bring them together, check that the rings are at the same height as well. And then one thing that's really important, this is the most important bit, is the grip on the rings. So the ring should sit in the middle of your hand. So sort of between your thumb and your index finger and then aligned through the middle of your hand. What I sometimes see is people gripping it and sort of flexing their wrist, especially on dips, where they'll be on top of the rings and yet their wrist will be hanging on the inside. So if you look, you can see quite a big crease in my wrist and my arm is actually inside the ring. Instead, you want the wrist and the start of the forearm directly on top of the bottom of the rings. That way you have this very nice neutral wrist. I always think if you had your wrist in a cast, it would look like that. It would not look like this. And if you hold the rings like this in a dip position, so like that, you're going to put a lot of pressure through the front of your wrist in wrist flexion. So we want to avoid that. So just make sure you've always got a nice straight line from your wrist to the upper arm.